You might remember Jay Leno for his signature gravelly laugh and lightning-quick wit that lit up The Tonight Show stage for over 20 years. The king of late-night TV, Jay always seemed larger than life, cracking jokes, collecting cars, and living in the fast lane. But now, at 73, he's facing a different kind of challenge, one that isn't played for laughs. In a surprising turn, Leno has found himself recovering from not one, but two back-to-back car accidents that have left fans concerned and his future on uncertain ground. It all began in early March. Jay was driving home after a routine vet visit for his beloved dog, Duke. The sun was shining, traffic was moving, and everything felt normal, until it wasn't. As he passed through a familiar intersection in Studio City, another driver ran a red light and plowed into the side of Jay's SUV. The other motorist, it turns out, had been distracted by a video call. While Jay survived the crash, the aftermath was serious. A fractured wrist, bruised ribs, and a mild concussion. He spent 3 nights in Cedars-Sinai under observation, where doctors warned him against rushing recovery. His history of previous fender benders, including a 2021 wreck involving a vintage Porsche at 60 mph, made his case even more delicate. But in classic Leno fashion, he tried to downplay it all with a bit of humor. Just 2 days later, he posted a selfie from his hospital bed, flashing a thumbs up and joking, "Still got all my fingers, just rearranged 1 or 2. But underneath the smiles and punchlines, there was real concern. Doctors noted that his ribs weren't healing as quickly as hoped, and physical therapists urged him to take it easy. Unfortunately, that advice came just a little too late. Only 10 days after the first crash, Jay was back behind the wheel, this time on what he hoped would be a peaceful drive to Santa Monica Pier for some fresh ocean air and a light seafood lunch. But fate had other plans. As he made a slow turn onto Ocean Avenue, his SUV hit a slick patch of oil left behind by heavy rains. The car spun across 2 lanes and slammed into a low concrete barrier. Once again, Jay was rushed to the hospital, clutching the same wrist that had barely begun to heal. The news wasn't good. Imaging showed a worsened wrist break and a new hairline fracture in his lower rib. This time, doctors made it clear surgery would be required, and without strict rest, Jay could risk permanent damage, possibly ending his lifelong passion for restoring and driving classic cars. Making matters more complicated, pain management is tricky due to his concussion. Doctors are treading carefully with medications, wary of side effects that could affect his memory or focus. Yet through it all, Jay's humor remains intact. In a video from his hospital room, he said with a grin, "I guess I've learned 2 things. Never trust a red light, and never underestimate how slippery rain and oil can be." Then, true to form, he added, "But hey, if this won't stop me, what will?" That resilience hasn't gone unnoticed. Fellow comedians, including David Letterman, have reached out with support. Letterman even joked, "Jay, at this rate, you'll be the only late-night host still working after multiple crashes." Meanwhile, network execs are reportedly exploring ways for Leno to appear remotely from home, perhaps even bringing his signature monologues back to fans in a new format. For now, Jay's world revolves around recovery, hospital visits, therapy, sessions, and the occasional joke from a hospital bed. But if there's one thing we've learned about Jay Leno over the years, it's that you can never count him out. And when he does return to the spotlight, you can bet he'll bring a whole new set of jokes, drawn not from headlines, but from hard-earned experience. Because if anyone can turn pain into punchlines, it's Jay.